Good morning, lovebirds. It's time to get into the tea with Love Lex P. Happy Monday, y'all. We back with another episode. I don't know if you laying in bed, sitting on your couch, you at work, in the gym. I don't know what you're doing right now, but it's Monday. It's bright and early, and it's a lot of tea going on this week, child. When I tell y'all I'm finna yap today, we finna get into it, but y'all know every week I have to give y'all a house update with everything that's been going on at the sanctuary, child. So I don't know if I talked about this last week because I don't think I was finished with it, but I painted my mirror that my mom gifted me like 2 or 3 years ago. And when I tell y'all I was so nervous, painting is very hard. Painting in the lines is even harder. You know, when you a child and you like, why am I learning this? Who cares? Painting in the lines is easy. It's not as easy as you think. But when I tell you my mirror came out so good and my house is just coming together slowly but surely. But I took a break this past week and I was really just lounging around the house. The cleaners are at my house right now. So by the time I get home, I'm going to be just sitting in a bunch of bleach and Pine Sol. You know, that's how I know I can eat at somebody's house. If I walk in your house and I don't smell a little bleach, a little Pine Sol, and you know somebody dirty when they got just like a little bit of toilet tissue left, and then you be like, oh, where the toilet tissue at? And then they ain't got none. I'm not eating there. I'm not eating there. I need everybody's house to be stocked when I come over there. I got to use all the supplies. You know what I'm saying? So keep your house stocked and everything clean. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. We have got to get into these topics. It has been a crazy week. And honestly, I don't think that y'all are going to like what I have to say today. Y'all just not going to like it. But we're going to get into it. Okay, so Carmelo Anthony was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame, right? Carmelo Anthony, one of the greatest basketball players. People love him down. So now the narrative is, why didn't Carmelo thank Lala during his Hall of Fame speech? And as a woman first, we know, they were very public with everything that they went through, blah, blah, blah. But first of all, now I don't want to spill her tea. I don't know how true it is or not, but Lala done moved on, right? She got a man. Lala didn't say anything about being upset that he didn't thank her. And I think he did say something along the lines of, I'm thanking the women in my life. But at the end of the day, the things that went on during their relationship have nothing to do with this moment. Can he have a little moment? I hate when y'all make me be nice to men. Now, I'm on his side about this, and I'm on the men's side. Y'all tripping a little bit. Lala, of course, she was there. They were married. He was his wife at one point, but she wasn't even there. We don't even know if she even cares that he thanked her or not. You know what I'm saying? So now what y'all have done is y'all have opened the door for her to get drugged. They on the internet talking about, oh, yeah, Lala, you've been butt naked on Power for the past 3 years. Hey, now my titties in. Why are my titties into it? Because you want to bring up, because my ex didn't thank me. I don't care. So I think that we have to be careful when we try to take up for people sometimes. Sometimes y'all get on the internet and try to take up for somebody and they didn't even ask to be took up for. You know what I'm saying? I think that y'all made this moment about something that just didn't need to be brought up. Y'all like mess. Now, I'm a messy bitch who lives for drama. Y'all know I love mess. But this was a little bit messy. And honestly, it was kind of like everybody who reported on it, I'm kind of side-eyeing you because who said that? Lala just at home chilling, eating with her man, having a nice dinner, and here y'all come. I think a lot of times y'all like to talk about people's past relationships more than they do. You know how mad I would be if people were constantly bringing up my ex? I forgot that nigga. You need to forget him too. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I also want to note, because a while back, I had reported on Dwight Howard and Amy Luciani getting a divorce, and she apparently was trying to get like half of his money, and that wasn't true. So I owe Amy an apology, and also he thanked her because he was inducted in the Hall of Fame as well. Congratulations to him. And he thanked Amy, and they are still together, thriving. I love Black love. And I don't care what they say about Dwight Howard. It don't matter. He is in love and he is a married man. Y'all stop bringing up that man exes too. That ain't got nothing to do with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Carmelo. Shout out to Dwight Howard. I think y'all are doing the most. And y'all, you know how bad it is if you messier than me? Now that's messy. Okay? Moving on. Now, Summer Walker debuts her new boo. I'm going to show a picture right here. Summer Walker and her new boo. Now, I saw the comments and y'all were getting a little mean in the comments. And I will say this. I think that it's okay to date outside the box. I think it's okay to try different things. Now, would I per se have brought him to the red carpet so soon? Not me personally, but one thing I love about Summer is like, she's a lover girl. She do not care about anything that y'all got to say. Now, even though this man looks like somebody used to be calling him Massa, and he doesn't look in her age range, I think that she's probably just having fun and having a good time. You know, I don't like when people judge women, especially Black women, when it comes to dating, and especially Black women in Atlanta. Unless you live in Atlanta as a successful Black woman, you don't know how tough it is. So she had to go get her little Ritz, a little saltine, if you will. I'm not mad at it. I eat a little saltine with my gumbo. Sometimes you got to mix shit in there and get the flavor, a little different type of flavor. So I wish her all the luck. I think Summer is going to continuously be her. And I think that it's beautiful that she hasn't lost her success. She's still dropping good music. No matter what goes on in her personal life, she's going to drop them hits on y'all ass. So you know what, Summer? I'm not mad at it. I like a little Ritz cracker every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Oof. To our good brother, Young Thug. Child, Young Thug has been having a month. So I have a few things that I want to address. And this has something to do with Poor Minds and the Breakfast Club. Because I got to address Jermaine Dupri. But I'm going to come back to that in a second. Okay? But Young Thug, another jail call was released. And he was talking to a woman. And it was so crazy because when he was on the phone with this girl, it was giving that she was a fan. She was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I got the bubble goods. I can't believe you called me. Like, she was sounding like a fan. And what's crazier about it is that hoe probably had just turned off a Mariah the Scientist song before you answered the phone. So to me, it's like, what are you doing? But what I could hear, and I'm going to play the clip for y'all.
What's up?
Hello.
Sandwich, what you doing?
That's it, laid down. My heart beating.
You at home?
Yeah, I'm at home.
What's up with you, baby? I miss your pen.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting your call. So my heart is beating fast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I make you feel like that for sure.
Crazy.
I wonder what the fuck your heart gonna do when I see you.
Oh my God, I don't know. Know what I would do.
I wonder what that
Oh
shit
my
gonna do.
gosh. You said what?
I wonder what your shit gonna do when I see you.
I have no idea. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous.
Why do you think it's ridiculous? I like it.
I mean, it's good, but like, it still happens. Like, what? For like 2 years.
Yeah, it's definitely been 2 years.
Crazy.
Yes. When you plan on having kids? Like what age?
You get out?
Tell you. Bet.
When you come home, I have kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's it?
I love
Monday.
you.
Love you more.
Yeah, today Monday.
What you could hear is that Young Thug was bored. But I'm not saying that it's okay, but niggas just be doing shit. What are you doing? Just talking because you're bored. But he did apologize to Mariah on Twitter. And then a couple of days later, he then says chapter ended. So I'm guessing that maybe they broke up. Not sure. But I hope at the end of the day, it's not funny because me as a woman, I've been cheated on before. I've been hurt before. And when you stand by somebody and give them your all, you know how embarrassing that is? Because you like, not my man would never do this to me. My man would never, ever play with me. Whole time, bitch, he's swinging on the swing set. He is playing, bitch, throwing them dice. So it's embarrassing, but I think Mariah will bounce back because I think she's a good woman and she's very intelligent. Y'all know Mariah was like in school for like, I think medical school or something. And I've heard her speak in a lot of interviews. She's very intelligent. She's going to be okay. We've all had our heart broken. You know what I'm saying? I get my heart broke every 3 months. Child, it's okay. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So he also gave an apology to Glow as well. I don't know. Young Thug, he might need to start a podcast because he is messy. And Young Thug, he be having the tea. You know, I feel like since he got out, he hasn't really been doing a lot of music. Start a podcast. Tell everybody tea. You done told it already. We love mess. Everybody love mess. You might as well. Just keep yapping. You know, we ain't had a good show since Wendy Williams left. That's what Young Thug needs, a daytime talk show. Just let it all out. I know you got more tea in there. And don't hold back. And speaking of him spilling the tea, I have something to address. You know, I'll never report on poor minds or things that people say about poor minds. It's 2 things I'm going to talk about really, really quick. So y'all know Bank got the first Young Thug interview. Shout out to Big Bank. I love me some Big Bank. He had him on Perspectives with Bank, so y'all make sure y'all go check that out. And I just feel like Bank is a person in Atlanta. Like if you don't know, like everybody knows Bank. And I feel like he is, with this interview, Atlanta could take a real good turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think hip hop media is really a thing here, if I'm being honest. So what I mean by that is like when people have something that they want to get out, like rappers, like when they want to drop an album and they have things that they need to say and they want to talk about music and get in depth, hip hop media, you know, they do Breakfast Club in New York, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff. And recently, Jermaine Dupri went on The Breakfast Club and he was talking about how, you know, Bank can be that person for Atlanta because Atlanta doesn't have that. And then Charlamagne was like, well, you know, Atlanta has 85 South. They got poor minds. And he was like, well, people don't got to feel like. He was like, nah. And shout out to you, Charlamagne, because he was like, nah, poor minds is a big deal. Because don't get it twisted. Just because you feel like poor minds is not a big deal to you don't mean it's not a big deal. But I had a few people message me and was like, yeah, Jermaine Dupri was low-key shading y'all because being like, yeah, because when you come to Atlanta, you don't got to sit down with poor minds. You don't got to sit down with this and that. One, I understand what he was saying because no, we're not hip hop media. I'm not finna sit up there and debate with you about Jay-Z and Nas, bitch. I'm a lady. I'm not finna talk about Biggie and Tupac and who is Loaded Lux. I don't know. I don't watch battle rap. I don't do that. Okay? Me and Drea this is a lifestyle podcast on Poor Minds, okay? We like to have fun and have a good time. It's laid back. If you want to interview, cool. But yeah, if you want to touch a lot of people and talk, yeah, you got to come down and sit with Poor Minds. But they were talking about specifically hip hop media. But best believe when you come to Atlanta, you want to sit on that Poor Minds couch. So I feel what you were saying, Jermaine Dupri. But watch them words. This ain't Lil Bow Wow. You feel me? All right. Moving on. Okay, so, and you know what? I am always respectful to the legends because, like I said, I love Jermaine Dupri. I grew up on his music. And this next person I'm finna talk about, I'm going to definitely tread lightly because, again, this is a man that, business-wise, we all used to look up to him. Dame Dash files for bankruptcy. I got to take a sip of the yak on that one because we all just one paycheck away because you just never know what's going on. Dame Dash, he lists his total liabilities at $25.3 million and his monthly income at $0, okay? He said he owes $19 million in taxes and other debts, and he says his net worth is $4,300 and says his phone, 2 guns, clothes, and $100 in cash are his only assets. I'm not laughing because it's not funny. $4,300 in 2025, hey, you doing pretty good to me. Eggs is $50. Times is hard, okay? But one thing I will say is y'all are in these comments. Dame is worth way more than $4,300, first of all. When you file bankruptcy, that's a lot of things. That's something that wealthy people do when they trying to move some shit around. And I'm not saying that Dame is extremely wealthy, but Dame got some money put up somewhere. Dame is not as dumb as y'all think he is. Just because y'all see him on the internet with his teeth falling out and shit. Don't let that fool you. I know. I done seen a few crackheads before when teeth fall out. Sometimes shit happens, but Dame is smart. So if y'all are on the internet believing that he only has assets valued at $4,300, y'all are not as smart as y'all think y'all are. It's a lot of your faves, rappers, actors, financial gurus that have probably filed for bankruptcy that you don't even know about. Okay, that's the rich man's game, if I'm being honest with you. It's not what you think it is. When y'all hear bankruptcy, y'all be thinking of Wheel of Fortune. That ain't the same bankruptcy, bitch. It's a different game. It's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta follow me. Walk with me here, okay? So do I believe that Dame only has $4,300 to his name? No. Do I think that he got something up his sleeve other than his teeth? Yes, I do.
I want to see if you're the real deal. Just see if I'm the real deal. Hold on. Oh, God. Here, talk to him for a second.
I absolutely do. But shout out to Dame. I'm always rooting for the black men. You know what I'm saying? We out here rooting for you, okay? Moving on again. Now, this is a person, every time I see her, she pregnant. So this news coming out about her is crazy to me. So Keke Wyatt's son puts her on blast, okay? So he was like, he did this TikTok challenge. I'm gonna post it right here.
Put a finger down if you were diagnosed with cancer as a teenager and your parent decides to publicly announce your diagnosis for personal gain and attention, but behind the scenes saying that your diagnosis is karma for you being a part of the alphabet mafia. And if they known that you were going to turn out like this, they could have kept their money.
I was diagnosed stage 4 leukemia at 14.
I knew that something was wrong. He was losing weight very rapidly. I kept telling her, Keke, something's wrong. She said, well, Mom, you just came from the doctor and they said he's fine. I said, did they draw blood?
My mom had got the call. It was in the middle of the night, and my pediatrician was like, rush him to the children's emergency room immediately.
4 years on active chemo. I didn't leave the hospital.
There was definitely a lot of times where, you know, I was second guessing myself, like, is this really worth it? Do I really want to sit here and put up this fight? Cancer sucks. It really does.
So basically, he says he was diagnosed with cancer as a teen, and he claims a parent. Now, y'all have to listen to the words. He says a parent announced his diagnosis for attention. But behind the scenes, that same parent was just like, the reason you got cancer is because you gay, basically, right? So I say this because I don't want to throw Keke Wyatt under the bus because he said a parent. Now, everybody come from 2 parents now. You know what I'm saying? Take 2 to tango. So we don't know if it was Keke or his daddy. We don't know. But I will say, if it is Keke, first of all, I don't know what's going on with Keke. I think Keke got a breeding kink, if that's okay to say, because why are you always pregnant? You cannot love kids that much. Now, I know y'all be like, Lex, you got some nerve. Mind y'all goddamn business. I think that with Keke, sometimes people like babies and kids, but when they get a certain age, they start being mean to them. And I wonder if that's the tea with Keke, because that's just very interesting, because your child having cancer is something very serious. And I don't want to point fingers, but I don't think that he would lie about something like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I want to tread lightly because I don't got no kids. Y'all know where my kids at. R.I.P. But I say this to say, parents need to realize the effect that they have on their children. Y'all be saying stuff and be like you talking to your homegirl or you're talking to your homeboy or somebody you fucking. These are your children. And words will last you for a long time. So you might be just telling him, yeah, you might be saying something out of anger, not realizing that this stayed with him. So obviously he's been holding this in since he was a teenager. Keke, tie them tubes up. That's all I want you to do. First, she needs to go to rehab. You know how they have Alcoholics Anonymous? She needs to go to Pregnancy Anonymous, bitch. No more kids for you.
Now, children, what do you say when you meet a nice man?
Are you my daddy?
It's enough. Enough is enough. So prayers up to Keke's son and his good healing, okay? Moving on, y'all. It is some drama afoot. I have to say this about Drake. And I know y'all think I don't like Drake. I do like Drake. I like Drake's music. I'll say I'm a fan of his music. One thing that I've learned, y'all have to realize, I was born in 1989. I'm an 80s baby. I grew up and the people I loved was on crack, cocaine.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some questions about it?
I'm going to say I feel good. Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a man's world.
Well, that's the second time we've heard that in 2 days. That's very interesting. Now, don't leave us, James. You stay right there.
You could not know these celebrities personally because they were crazy. You had to separate the artist from the music. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm very good at that. One thing about Drake is always in some mess. I know he hasn't had a good sleep since Adonis was born, bitch. Rick Ross basically went in on his new, I guess he has a project, new song. It's called Iceman, but he mistakenly calls it White Man. He said, Drake dropped a new song, White Man. The shit is ass. He said it was ass and it was not good. He said it was probably A minor. I didn't say that. Rick Ross said that. I'm gonna play the clip.
Here's the name of the Aubrey album, White Man. For real? Damn, Champagne Poppy, they say them songs that you just streamed off your new project, White Man, say that shit ain't dope. The comments crazy. And then Kai Cenat, shout out to Kai Cenat. He kept it real. They said that Kai said that shit was ass. It's probably A minor.
Y'all know I lie a lot. I didn't lie about that. Rick Ross said that. And I just feel like, what happened? What happened to diced pineapples? What happened? Like, they used to be a family. It's so ugly now. It's so crazy because I never thought that I would see the day where, like, everybody's just, like, not fooling with Drake. And I'm not going to lie. As somebody who enjoys Drake music, I haven't even listened to Iceman. Because I had to literally Google it. I'm like, he really dropped something called White Man? I was like, oh, it's called Iceman. That was just what Rick Ross was saying. Drake is literally the butt of everybody's joke. You know, I didn't say this. I promise y'all, I'm not even this witty. You know, they on Twitter calling him Supac because he liked to sue. I said, God damn it, give this man a break. But they said that white side coming out. I told y'all about, and this is no shade, I told y'all about mixed people that got white mamas. It's always the ones with the white. If you meet somebody mixed and they got a black mama versus the white mama, it's different every time, I promise you. No shade to Drake. I love Drake. I hope he gets through what he's going through and keeps dropping that good music. You know, he got them Allen Iverson braids too right now. Now, I think that's crazy. Why don't his hair grow? Them braids been the same length for a real long time, Drake. If you need some extensions, call me. richlookhair.com. All right, moving on. Now, y'all know, once somebody comes on Poor Minds, I consider them family. Like, I don't care if we never talk again. Like, you my friend, right? Ciara, y'all know she came on Poor Minds. Shout out to Poor Minds in the building. I'm talking about Poor Minds a lot today. Yes, I am. Ciara has been in the news recently because for two different things. I'm going to talk about the first thing first. Ciara changes her son Future's last name to Russell. And y'all are just up in arms about it. Y'all are so mad. Y'all have been in this lady's business since the day her and Russell went on a date. Please give it up. Please give it up. Do y'all understand that she is in a household with her husband and her children? So do y'all ever think that people are like, oh, she's just trying to spite Future. She's trying to make Future mad. Did y'all ever think that, you know, maybe she's doing it for her children? Because why would you want one child to have a different last name while the other children have the same last name? Like, you don't want your child to feel like the black sheep. So yes, we're a unit. Because y'all don't know what little Future is going through as a child that, you know, doesn't have a father that's exactly present from what we know. And let me not say Future not present, child. Because I know the dirty Sprite niggas is finna be in the comments mad as fuck. I'm not saying that he's not there, but from what we see, you know, he's with Russell a lot. at the end of the day, we need to be happy that he has a father figure in his life. Because a lot of y'all didn't, and it shows. Because the way y'all be in these comments projecting, like, you would have thought that Future was your daddy. Is Future y'all daddy? What's T? Future hasn't said anything. He hasn't said anything since he dropped that verse. I think that we need to let people speak for themselves. Future hasn't said anything about her changing the last name of Future Jr. Does that count as a junior since that's not his real name? I don't know. Little FJ. Well, either way it goes, I just feel like if Future hasn't said nothing, leave it alone. Somebody said this, if y'all can show me 10 pictures of Big Future with Little Future, then we can have a conversation. And I'm not mad at it. But you know what? I ain't have no daddy around when I was growing up. So let me shut my mouth. But I be in people's business. But let me say, but I will tell you one thing. Ciara is a wonderful person. Literally super sweet. And when I tell y'all the draggings and the lashings that y'all give her, she does not deserve. Let her do her. Y'all are on the internet dragging her again because Russell said something about wanting another child. Okay, leave married. Y'all, us single people got to stay out of married people's business. Y'all don't know what's best for other people. Something that works for me may not work for you. Something that works for you may not work for me. Y'all don't know what they got going on. Why does he keep calling while she's at work? Y'all don't know. That may be something to their role playing. Get out people's business. Y'all don't know what Russell doing at home. Y'all want to call him a square. He probably folding her into a square right now and she love it. Mind your business. That's all I'm saying, okay? Moving on. Shout out to Ciara. All right. Y'all, I gotta address this again. We're back talking about poor minds again. I gotta talk about poor minds again because I know a lot of y'all, literally probably like 95% of y'all who watch Love Lex P, y'all are poor minds listeners as well, right? Y'all, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. And I have to talk about it on Love Lex P because by the time I talk about it on Poor Minds, it probably won't be released until later. You know how you see a mother in like a Kroger or a Publix and she is very poised, well put together. You can see she's been working hard. She's been at work all day. She got her button up on, hair in a nice little bun, got her purse. And she's trying to get dinner together, get her little groceries together. Then she got this little badass kid. This badass kid that's holding her back. She's just trying to grab some pork chops. She's just trying to get some chicken. And the kid just there just being bad and holding her back and not holding her back, but just being bad. When I tell you, y'all have cut up, the poor crew, y'all have cut up so bad about this Huncho episode. Because y'all, he boring. He got rocks for brains. Y'all have went in on this man. Every time we post about Huncho, y'all, the first post that we made about him, y'all said it, okay? Y'all don't have to keep repeating yourself. We got it the first time. But when y'all do stuff like that, y'all don't understand that y'all are scaring people away from coming on the show, okay? Now people looking at the comments like, man, I don't know. Because some people are just chill. Huncho was so sweet. He was so respectful. We had a good time. He's just chill. Maybe he wasn't comfortable. Maybe he was uncomfortable. Maybe he did want to go. Okay? Maybe all those things are true. But did we not entertain y'all? Because y'all keep saying I had to turn it off. Well, I can't tell from the views. That's been our highest watched episode over a 3-day period all year. All year. In 3 days, that was the highest views that we've gotten in 3 days all year. Because I look. Every time we drop an episode on Friday, I always check Monday morning. I'm like, okay, where are the views at? So I if y'all got something to say it in the DMs. Talk in the group chat like normal people. Y'all be saying that stuff. He's tagged in the videos and y'all like, he stinks. Hey, hush, girl. He can see this. He can see this. Y'all realize people have feelings, right? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Huncho. We had a good time, but the poor crew, dial it back a little bit. Dial it back. Y'all embarrassing mama. Y'all done embarrassed auntie. Y'all done made Drea mad. And y'all know, I'm telling you nicely, Drea gonna cuss y'all ass out. Y'all know Drea gets feisty with it. She be in that gym too. And she gonna whoop y'all ass. All right, y'all. We moving on. Now, I need to title this episode Tread Lightly. I gotta tread lightly with this one. Kelly Price goes off on black women. I'm gonna play the clip.
I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big. And who dressed me? I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this. But I'm so sick of black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, and you know, Lord, pray for me. Because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other black women, but you're an activist, and you are educated, and you are this, and you are that, and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't going to get your stupid into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't going to do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said.
And two of the quotes that stuck out to me was she said, "I'm so sick of black people and their bullshit." And then the second quote that she said was, "Black women, you are some of the most nasty and disrespectful people." Now, to give y'all context outside of the clip that I showed, Kelly Price, I guess she's on tour. She's doing a bunch of shows right now, and people have been talking about the way she dresses. She had on some shoes, some like Air Force Ones. I was like, damn, do those shoes belong to Shaq?
Nobody likes me anymore. It's these stupid feet.
Oh, now come on. I bet they're not so bad.
Whoa now!
Now, if somebody said that to me, I'd be mad too. Because, bitch, you got me fucked up. She probably thought she put that shit on. And y'all being mean in the comments. You know how bad that feels when you think, oh, yeah, I did that. I ate this up. And then somebody like, bitch, whose shoes them is? Your big brother? Your daddy? Your hand-me-down? Okay, they didn't say that. That's what she talking about. This is I'm doing what she talking about. But this is what I have to say. As a woman whose supporters are literally 99% black people, male and female. Okay. When you have an audience that is 90, and I'll say for her and a lot of other R&B artists, rap artists, athletes, and this and that. When your audience is 90, I'll even give her 80. When your audience is 80% black. And that's anybody when I say audience. Who do you think your hate is going to come from? If I am, for example, Tate McRae, amazing pop artist. She's doing her thing right now. 90 to 95% of her audience is white. Who do you think her hate is coming from? When she gets hate and people talking about her, y'all have to realize the demographic of people. Y'all be sitting up here talking about like, oh, black women, we do this so bad to each other. That's not a black women issue. That's a human issue. If y'all think that white women aren't sitting on the internet tearing they people down too, it'd be pink on pink crime over there too. So I don't like when people say, oh, black women, we only do this to each other. When I tell you every race, if you go in under the K-pop girls stuff and see, it be Asian on Asian crime. Everybody gets into it. So I will say I don't like that narrative of people acting like only black women are mean to each other. Are we mean to each other? Yes. My mean comments, who do they come from? Black men and black women. But my audience is 95% black. It's only a handful of white people who know who I am. But I can guarantee you those handful of white people who know who I am, them same people are probably under somebody else's post being mean and being nasty and being negative. So I think we need to understand our audience. But let me tell you something. The love outweighs the hate. So you will never see me saying, oh, black women, you're so horrible, because black women are the only reason I'm in this studio right now, able to record, because of the support. Because when black women love you, you always going to be on top. So I think we just have to be careful with what we say. Don't let a few bad eggs ruin the bunch. You know what I'm saying? Is that the saying? I don't know what it is. But shout out to Kelly Price. And y'all stop being mean to Kelly Price. I thought her shoes was cute. Even if they did used to be on Shaq. I don't give a damn. Let the girl sing, okay? All right, moving on to white news. Moving on to the white news now. This white news today is nuts. Now, before I get into this, I really got to take a sip.
Damn, little lady. You sure can't put it away.
Okay. The white news today, I'm going to, again, tread lightly because y'all know I play and I joke a lot. But this is actually kind of serious. Charlie Kirk was shot dead yesterday. If you don't know who Charlie Kirk is, I'll play a clip of just, kind of something like this. He was kind of like, I guess, I don't know. I went like a political kind of activist guy. And this is what I have to say about the reaction of my people, my black people. And honestly, of anybody, because I've been seeing so many different reactions. So first things first that I want to say is I'm approaching this topic as a Christian woman. So y'all have to understand where I'm coming from. And, so give me a little grace. It's 2 things can be true. 3 things can be true, right? I think sometimes when we want to prove a point, y'all want to make it either A or B. And that's just not the case in life. Life is very complex. Things that happen are complex, right? Charlie Kirk was a vile human being. He was evil. He pushed a rhetoric that was divisive to humanity. He hated black people. He hated poor people. He hated women. He hated anything that wasn't white, basically, that wasn't Caucasian, right? But can I honestly say, am I happy that he was murdered? No, absolutely not. I won't be happy if anybody is murdered. I'm a Christian woman. I don't want to see, nobody deserves to be murdered. But can I be honest? Do I care? No, I don't care. When you are okay with violence, and y'all know I'm against guns, I don't like a gun. I don't like a water gun. I don't like none of that stuff. I'm a scary ass bitch. I told y'all, if anything goes down, I'm singing. I'm in the police office. I'm a snitch. I don't bring none of that illegal stuff around me. So, being that he was somebody who was advocating for guns, and he died by a gun. It's kind of like you have to be careful with what you're fighting for. You have to be careful what you say. And I think y'all need to understand that you can't tell people how to feel, right? So if there's somebody who is celebrating his death and they lost a mother, a father, a sister, a brother to gun violence, and then there's this man who is actively fighting for guns to be on the streets or for guns to be used legally, you can understand why they're celebrating. Right? And if you have somebody who is extremely conservative and this and that, you understand why they're sad. You just can't tell people how to feel when it comes to something like this. But I will say, our country was built on political violence. Why are y'all surprised? Y'all know I don't like to get into political stuff. I keep this to myself. I keep it in the group chat with my friends. But this is what this country was built on, and it's not going to stop. I'll actually be surprised if they find the man. Because whoever took that shot, hey, that motherfucker was Steph Curry with the shot, boy. No shade, no tea. It's not funny, but y'all know what I'm saying. I said, yeah. They said he's in critical condition. I ain't no doctor. I said, no, he's not. That man is not in critical nothing. That man is in purgatory. But I say all that to say, because we have to stop telling people how to feel. I do have empathy for his children. I do. And that's it. That's just how I feel about the situation. But I think his opinions were so vile So I don't feel nothing. I just don't feel anything. I feel empathy for his children. That's it. So that's my opinion on it. But I think the bickering back and forth of trying to telling people how to feel, it's useless. Like I said, I don't want to see anybody murdered, but that's just me as a Christian woman. You know, and a forgiving woman, because I know at the end of the day, I sound like Tupac on my stomach. Only God can judge me. So I don't have to answer to none of y'all about how I feel about anything. But what I will say is, when somebody passes away, they only have how they made people feel and the words that they said. You know what I'm saying? So what I'll do is I'll leave y'all with a few of his quotes so y'all will understand who Charlie Kirk was if y'all don't know who he was. So we're going to leave y'all with a few quotes from Charlie Kirk. Ooh, shit beating my head. Black women do not have the brain processing power to be taken seriously. You have to steal a white person's spot. Charlie Kirk. Oh, let me read this one. If I see a black pilot, boy, I hope he's qualified. Charlie Kirk. And last but not least, the irony. I think it's worth to have the cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. You know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And unfortunately, when you fight for things and you have to be careful what you talk about and what you say you're okay with a couple of gun deaths. And unfortunately, now it was you. And I will say, I think this is why regular civilians, sometimes social media is dangerous. As much as it's good, it spreads a lot of things. People get platforms. Y'all have to be careful what y'all get on y'all platforms and talk about. You know what I'm saying? And this is proof of that. This man built a massive, massive platform on being extremely conservative and speaking against all groups of people. I mean, every single group of people. If you were not a white man, he spoke against you. Period. So I think you have to be careful when you have these platforms because it's people out there who don't be playing. And that's why I just sit on here and I talk about a little tea. I talk about a little mess. Hey, I don't get into none of that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just be careful with these platforms and the things that you say. Like I said, I don't feel nothing about the situation, but that's what's going on. And I got to report it. That's all I'm doing. I don't got no issue with nobody. So again, y'all, we had a good little episode today. Y'all make sure y'all tune in every week. Y'all follow me on Snapchat, LexP05. I'm on Facebook, LexP. Y'all know we stream on YouTube every Thursday at 8 p.m. Sometimes I'll be late, sometimes I'll be early. Sometimes I got things going on, but for the most part, Thursdays at 8 p.m. we here and we streaming. I know y'all gonna be in the comments asking where Betty at. I don't know what I'm gonna do about Betty. All right? She might come, she might not. I don't know. This is just how I'm feeling today. I didn't feel like talking to Betty today. I wanted to talk to y'all one-on-one. But honestly, I love y'all so much. The only reason I'm here is because of y'all. I have to thank y'all every single week. It is a blessing. Because you know what I will say is a blessing? That this is rolling quicker than Poor Minds was in the beginning. And to all the poor crew members in here, I love y'all so much. The Lovebirds, y'all know we are working towards 30,000 subscribers. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Love y'all so much. We up every week. Y'all follow me on TikTok too, _Lex_P. All my house updates. And I love y'all so much. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.